Okay, so here I'm just going to go a little bit more about how to write variables to the screen in the console window in C#. It's a very short video, and I've pre-written all the code because I don't want them to be too long. So I've made 3 different variable types here: an integer, a float, and a string. And if I want to write them to the screen, I can just do that. You can't do commas in C# to separate them up. So you actually have to sort of do plus, space, plus. But there is no reason to, well, I say you have to, you don't, because there's a better way. But this is a sort of standard way, but they added a better way. But anyway, that is one way you could do it. And if I run that, it would print the 3 values out there. But obviously, that's, like I said, the old way of doing it. And a bit out of date now. Python has a very similar thing in its, and it's called string interpolation in C#. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm going to show you the next bit. So here is string interpolation. What you can do, I'm going to bring it up here, I'm going to hide the next bit, which I'm going to show you, is you basically put a dollar at the front of strings, and that tells the system that it's going to be an interpolated string. And then basically you write the string out just between 2 quotes. Everything's between the 2 quotes. I'll just zoom out one a little bit. But if you do curly braces, and then inside the curly braces put a variable name, it will just print the variable there. So that will just do exactly what we did before, but without all this plus plus plus. We'll also added strings in there like score and stuff, and various other bits. So that's quite handy. You can do that. And that's very common. You can also do that with an actual string. So if I was going to put like final text or something, which would be the best way to do it. So if I make a variable called final text, set it, which would be the professional way to do it, by the way. You would very rarely write anything in there without putting it into a variable. So if you set the variable to that, you can use it in outside things, and then you can combine them and various things like that, and that would work exactly the same. There we go. Now I'm going to delete that now. Now what if you want a new line in the middle of strings? Well, what you can do is I could do it here actually, just not show you the other one, might be easier. Just do /n. It's very same as Python. Could just do it there. Just do /n, so that means new line. And here, new line. And then, that will be on 3 different lines now. So /n. There are other slashes, but we can look into those. /quotes, do quotes. You can Google those when you need them. You're very rarely going to use them. But there you go. So /n is new line, probably the only one you're going to use. And last but not least, in this little section, it's only short. At the moment, that's showing all the decimal places. If you wanted to format it to different decimal places, here, and there's another reason why it's best to use this type of thing, or you've got to do this other much more lengthy way to do it. This type of interpolated string is you just do a colon inside the curly brace, and you put F for format, and then you do the number of decimal places you want. So let's say 2, and that will give me it with 2 decimal places and new lines. There we go, nice and easy. So string interpolation. That's the more modern way of doing them. And there we go. That's that short video on that topic.